Greetings, and of course, hello to all of you. Those of you who are saints, I bid you shalom, and I welcome you to this broadcast. As you join, please indicate to me whether you hear me clearly and you're also seeing me clearly. Both streams or both platforms, that would be on YouTube at Nigel London TV and here on Facebook. Greetings to all of you. Welcome. Today is what they call the big day, one of the big days. Today is one in which Adriana Young, her body would be examined medically to determine the cause of her death, the cause of death, not to determine the motive. Greetings and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm trying to make adjustments to my page so I can see your comments. Welcome. So I'm just trying to make adjustments here while you're here. That should be fine. Can you hear me clearly? Can you also see clearly? Audio and video are fine? Good. Some say it's clear. We're speaking today about the fear that's in Lindeners and why my point has been made. Why so many of us have made points about how Linden is being treated, and the PPP sought to deny that, as always. They sought to say there's no discrimination. Well, why are Lindeners afraid? And I'll show you a comment from one who is a promoter, I think it is a post of his actually, because of what we've organized here in the town. There is a stance being taken, and that stance is that we are going to at least begin to display our stance for courage, for bravery. This is not a call for justice, although many will shout for that. This is a call for bravery in the Guyana police force. Be courageous. Stand on what is right. Stand for what is right. Only obey that which is lawful and nothing else. Only do that which is lawful and nothing else. I've borrowed from Francis Kwame Bailey's page a very well put organizational chart. And I've spoken to this so many times, but I'll present many things to you this morning because we have to continue to drive home, to hammer home the point that the involvement of the police at a senior administrative level is cause enough for us as a people to be so concerned and react to it. My heart is burdened to know that people will go to work and be as normal as ever because they have money to make. It shows me that we are in peril as a people and that we have lost, or not we, many have lost, numerous individuals have lost a sense of what it takes to fight for something. You've been beaten into subjection. You've been pounded so much that you now believe, like an abused woman who thinks there's no more hope. You now believe that this is just my lot. I have nothing else in life to do until I die. This is a very painful reality. And it's a reality that only us can change. I'm happy though. Somewhere within me finds the joy to see that the war that I declared and others have declared is a time for peace. There's a time for war. And the youths of our country have engaged in the warfare, technological warfare, and we are winning. Some of us old heads are involved with them. We are winning this hands down. The PPP, the corrupt politicians, the corrupt policemen, they are on the back foot because we're winning this. They're being battered every day. They have no control. Adriana's situation. Adriana has gone now to nations of the world where she's never been. In the UK, in the US, Trinidad, Canada, Suriname, Barbados. There are so many other nations, Jamaica. This has gone international. She's touring the world right now in reference to her story. That's what I said about the war. This technological war we're waging, they have to lose. They have lost already. This generation will bring the corrupt PPP cabal down. This generation will expose to us all weak politicians on the other side too. It doesn't matter where y'all are. This is the generation who will show because this generation has evidence. If you come out to a protest or you organize a protest, this generation, the technological age will show you that you organized one. If you didn't do it and you hid somewhere, they will show you never did anything. This is where the war is being won. We are not going to lose it by trying to make it physical. We're going to beat them on social media. We're going to destroy this cabal, the criminals involved in this on social media. And then once they're out and they have no control anymore over the judicial system, over the police and others, then we can deal with you all differently. And that's why the PPP has to do everything in its power, including use elements in GCOM to try to fix the books to get this election won. But you would not get through this time. I sat in a minibus, in a bus I was driving, stopped on the highway. I was doing a broadcast and I said to your finale, and that was just one of many broadcasts, that you will be embarrassed on an international scale. Don't think I forget the things I would tell me to tell you. You call me a false prophet? I said it to you over a year ago that you shall be embarrassed on an international stage. Am I lying? This has now gone international, Irfan, and the name isn't calling for any good reason in this. On an international scale, people realize that you have failed to act. Yahweh is embarrassing you internationally, not just nationally anymore. You have no control. So let me begin with this first slide. Francis did this very well. I'm so thankful. Let's go to this first one. In this first one, you see, because Jen was trying to explain certain things, and I'm happy that people came in to bring clarity to it. I kept saying that there's a very high-ranking police official. You wouldn't be able to see clearly, but just bear with me. These are the ranks within the police force. A command is not a rank. A command is a position you hold. You're appointed to that. So there can be a superintendent who's a commander. Probably you can have uh, a senior superintendent who's a commander. But I've encircled in the red you see there, that's an assistant commissioner's post appointment. That's a rank of assistant commissioner. Mandel, the one who leaned over and told the girl's mother, that he has video footage of Adriana leaving in this car. Let me show you. That man, look at his rank. He's the third highest ranked officer in that bracket. Do you all understand me? In the Guyana Police Force, look at how high he is. Lance Corporal, Corporal, Sergeant, Station Sergeant, Inspector, Chief inspector, look, they're going up. So it's 5, 10, 15, 17. 13th, the 13th rank. The 13th rank is the third highest from the top. Commissioner, deputy commissioners, assistant commissioner. And at that rank, he covers for a murderer or a group of murderers trying to distract people, pull you away. And even if they're not murderers, if they want to say that the girl died by natural causes, you're covering for a scene in which you know there should have been something. And then it has to be murder because there's no way that you keep a child in that place for so long for no reason. And look at our bodies. Well, we'll hear today. We'll hear today. And I don't know how Priya could have children in school today. Like all I'm out to see all these people going to school. Teach the children, that's education. Education is to pull out of you what's within you. So if you instill in them values of humanity, care. So you send people to Adriana's school and that's it. That's the only place in the whole in the world where children be affected. Today her body's being cut open. Let me be gruesome. Her body will be chopped open, cut up. And people must go to school and just listen to listen here. So look at his rank, where he lied. Let me show you the other one. This is from Francis Kwame Bailey. I think he generated this. It shows the arm of government, the state. Okay, it's actually the arm of governance. How are we governed? And this shows reference to home affairs and security for our people. It is classroom time, so let's be intense in the classroom. You have the legislative arm, which is the members of parliament. That's why they call constitutional officers. They make laws. Figueroa, Susan Rodriguez, Priya, and all of them. Barrett is supposed to be a legislator. These people are the ones who go to the House Assembly and make laws. I will please pay careful attention this morning. Share the broadcast. I don't ask you to do that, but share this as widely as possible. This is an educational moment here. We'll explain why Lindeners are afraid. Legislative laws, legislative arm, they make laws for the country. They're not just ordinary people you call members of parliament. They make laws for Guyana. They can sit and say amend certain laws and so on, and they have to have a certain percentage of the House voting. And then you can have laws change. In some cases, it has to be 2/3 of the population of 65. Then you have the executive or administrative, should be executive, correct. They enforce the law. So if an Ali has to sign into law or Granger would have signed into law, he called it send into law, certain things, Jagdio. So you have got the president, the prime minister, who's the chief of ministers. Jagdio is not the chief of anybody. Then we have Minister of Home Affairs, who's Robeson Ben. Now pay attention to this in the middle section here. Minister of Home Affairs, Robeson Ben. Okay, since PPP wants to say we're making this political, it is, and I'll show you how. Robeson Ben has direct oversight of the Commission of Police, who should be out right now, Clifton Hicken. And on the Clifton Hicken would be deputy commissioners, the assistant commissioners, and the whole thing. Okay, so look at this carefully here, please. Then we have the judicial arm, which would interpret the laws that are made by the legislators. So if a set of dunces make the laws, we vote for them to go and you vote and say, put these down their heads, these nincompoops, no good criminals. All that the judges, the magistrates, and others can do is interpret what the criminals in parliament, and I'm saying there are some of them in parliament are dead hardcore criminals. That's how serious it is when it comes to who goes to the House of Assembly. I'm saying that we should change the laws of Guyana and we must choose who we want to be there. Nobody must select from some list who should go there. We must choose. So how could the dunces in the top of the PPP, the top bracket? I'm not talking about the ordinary followers. I always talk to your leaders. Your leaders in the PPP are a crown of dunces and criminals. How could the leaders tell you all, oh, this is political? Because that's all they tell you to say now. It's political because they can't say it's ethnic. They cannot say that it's about race since we're united already. So they've lost in that battle. So now the only thing they have to work with is as political. And the political parties have arrested this situation. Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. It is political because I'm showing you on the screen why it's political. Robeson Ben receives reports from the commissioner. Remember when they were shooting people at the bridge in Linden? Let me take this out. When they were shooting people at the bridge in Linden in 2012, why do you think that Clement Rohi had to answer the commissioner inquiry? Why do you think they lied and said that there was no communication between him and Hickam and it proved to be otherwise? They lying since then because the commissioner of police would communicate with commanders, and sometimes commanders can go all the way up. They shouldn't do it to the president and all kinds of people. But in reference to rank, the commissioner would speak to the Minister of Home Affairs and relate to him what's happening. Why would it be in 2012 that Rohi had to answer? For the police, think Jagdeo is a dunce. And you all call him the smart politician. He's a dunce. Why is he a dunce? Because he knows exactly what he's doing. And he doesn't realize in this age you can't fool people. That's what I'm saying he's a dunce. He doesn't realize in this case you cannot fool people. People just be willing to follow you, but you're not fooling them. Well, Irfan is in a category beyond that. He is intellectually dwarfed. He's intellectually incapacitated. Irfan Ali has almost 1% out of 100 intellectual aptitude. He's an intellectual failure. It has to be political. It can be nothing else. Everything about a Guyanese life is political. You cannot choose even where you live in this country. You just can't choose according to what they say. You can't just put house somewhere and says, fine, I'll do it. Everything you need permission for in reference to your basic livelihood because it's controlled by laws and laws are made by let me show you again. Let me take my face off. If you have a legislative body, which would be the members of parliament, they make the laws. Is there a law concerning the side of the road that makes you drive? You all type the comments to me. Type and answer me as they go along. There are laws that are made that you have to drive on the left-hand side of the road. Why? Because they were made by politicians. Let me walk you through this slowly, please. So your life about driving is controlled by politicians. So it's political. Okay. Is there a law? If you didn't know, you'll know now. That determines which school or when your children should go to school. Yes, there's a law that at the age of 5, a child must be in school to the age of 16. That's the law. You can't decide to do otherwise. Who determined that law? The same set of people, the legislators, Annette Ferguson, Amanda Desir, right. They're legislators. Even those in the opposition help to make the laws of Guyana. Is there a law that speaks to even where you live? Yes. Central Housing and Planning Authority, there's an act. You have to go through certain procedures. You just can't decide the country what they lost is. You just can't go take land somewhere and build a house. You have to have a plan. The plan must be approved. That's the law. Oh, but when it comes to the police lying, it's not political. Laws are made by politicians. And when laws are broken and people react to them, okay, let's go here again. There's even a law. There are even laws about how you should behave when you get vexed to the police and politicians. So you have to write to the police for permission to have protests that involve the use of roadways. If not, you have to walk in a manner where you do not hinder the flow of traffic. But if you want to block a street, you have to ask the police for permission to do so. The legislators did that. How do we tell people then? How do we even suggest to people, Barajal, oh, that they're making it political. So what is it? Okay, so it wasn't political before. What was it? When Adriana was missing, it wasn't political. When they started searching for, when she was discovered missing and started searching for her, it wasn't political. Okay. But when they called the police though, and the police came and decided to protect Bola and the others who were involved in this, did it become political then? When an assistant commissioner of police, the third highest ranking Ghana police force, when he showed up and began to take control of the situation, and other criminals showed up and began to prevent people from going to search for the child, was that not political? Who was being called? We need to have phone records. We need to seize their phones, go to the phone companies and check their records. If this Mandela is supposed to have an official phone, we call the work phone. That has to be checked. Who did he call? Check Irfan's phone. Check Barrett's phone. Check Vic from Barrett's phone. Check all them phone. Who did you call? Or just check the numbers that were called. If text message, SMS were sent, check the text messages. I hope there's somebody in telephone companies. You leak everything. Some of y'all leak that. Leak it. We're going to win this war using technology. Leak it and show that this number belongs to Mandel and he called this minister or that minister or the president. Let's see. He called Ali because Ali no president for me. So let's go to Linden now. So Lindeners Are Afraid. I'll read for you what this young man posted. He's a young guy, so it's not the person between me and him. His name is Ryan Singh. Very small, so I have to read it for you. So we said we're going to have a march in Linden or stand in front of the police station. And we begin there. If he said to walk the road, you walk the road in normal. We won't block any road. You just walk the side of the road, walk around Linden to say, well, how we feel about this matter. So Ryan Singh said, go in front the police station for what? If you can see here, that's my slide that I made, that I published about the stance tomorrow. Ryan Singh posted, go in front of this police station for what? We is there good. And then here comes our so-called, it should be so-called leaders, instigating the wrong set of things. Call for a nice, calm candlelight vigil in honor of her memory. A calm night of reflection at a beautiful location. Turn that is very small. Let me see if we can extend it larger. Right. Give me a minute. You said to call for a nice thing because that in a nutshell, that in a nutshell shows that the community of Linden stands in solidarity with the family of little Adriana Young. If you go to a nice place, you don't stand in front of the police station, you have a nice, calm night of reflection at a beautiful location during town week, it shows that you're in solidarity. You can call for protests in front of, you can call, talking to me now, you can call for protests in front of the police station, knowing very well that things can get dark. What does really happen to some of y'all? Y'all stop use we as pawns to y'all games in this place, yeah? Stu. You see there, Nigel liking me. My post was it is political. Political forces were used to protect murderers. All right. We had a glitch there. So the young man, Ryan Singh, is saying, listen, why you was going for the police station? Not in the police station. This is on a public road called Redwood. I think that's Redwood Crescent. On a public road at 11 a.m. At 11 o'clock, we're going to stand outside. We're not blocking the police gate. None of that. I will not stand and allow Lindeners to behave as if they're crazy because you don't do that for no reason. Lindeners are very, very intelligent people. We know how to conduct ourselves. We know when we have to get dark. We know when we have to stand and just speak. Tomorrow is the day we're going to stand to speak because we're not going to allow the law to focus on us and not on the criminals. Not this time. We're not far for that game. So things said, why things can get dark? So go to Pine Street. Now let me reason for you. Let me reason for Singh and help Singh to understand something. I doubt he can, but I hope he will. It doesn't matter where you go in Linden, the police will find you. Just know that. Whenever there is a political or public gathering in cases of this nature, whenever you begin to gather or you have a placard or candlelight, police will have to come. For one, it's the law. See, goes back to law again. They have to protect you in case something's about to happen. So saying it doesn't matter where you run and hide. You could go all the way up to COVID City. You go all the way to Blue Lake. You could go all the way to Rockstone at the edge of the turn. The police will still find you. Now, if you ask me, you're in more trouble if you go candlelight. The police love the dark. The dark policemen, the dark ones, the dark set, love the dark. Because when they get dark and start pulling trigger, like at the bridge, you know what they did? They waited till it got dark. And then it started to shoot. Why? Because you don't even see who's doing it. Now, when have you all ever heard me say that Lindeners have to come out? You all know me. Look at this creature here. Look at this creature. Because I people get mad and call him creature. I'm a creature too. Look at this creature. When have I ever told any one of y'all that you have to come and stand with me? Tell me when. The person who did the flyer said, Lindeners, please come and stand with community. Please stand or please come out in peaceful protest. No problem. But me. When have you ever heard me say to anybody, you need to come and stand with me? I don't even tell my family they have to stand with me. I go by myself. My little son would ask me, Daddy, I want to come with you because he recognizes and he's being trained to be a man of standard, not fighting people. I'm teaching him, son, you have to stand in this life for something. Even if it costs you your life, die knowing that you stood for what was right. What have we been? Londoners were are some of the bravest people. We had a record of being the craziest in this whole country. We know what to stand for, and we never were afraid of anybody. But Lord help us, what has become of this generation? The police have done it because it's a political arm led by a commissioner who's led by, correct, the Minister of Home Affairs, who's led by, good, exactly, the president. He's a member of the cabinet. And the president chooses who would be the ministers. Well, in this case, Barra chose. Efron can't choose anybody. You've ever heard me telling you all to come anywhere? No, because my position, even with COVID and Frank Anthony and Efron and them, and they said you have to take vaccine, all kind of crap. I said I went to the market by myself. I drove my vehicle and said, I am taking a stance publicly because nobody could tell me what I must put in my body. Not one soul could tell me I must take anything. And I stood by the Mackenzie market and told all of y'all, I am a grown man. And Frank Anthony can't tell me what I must do to myself. Who stood in front of Sports Club? I stood by myself. Other people came to join me. I stood in front of Mayor Town Council. When the one came into my car, I cannot record the broken vehicles, the vehicles that are derelict. Me? You could tell me that I can't go into my council and view and take photographs, images of trucks in the yard? You all remember that? Who did I ask to come and help me? I have a tripod. I hold my tripod and move it around like this. Me. Don't tell me nonsense. I don't ever tell you to go anywhere. I do not tell anybody to follow me anywhere because if you're scared, I tell you stay home. That's the first thing I tell you. If you know you're frightened, don't come around me. I don't do fearful people. That's why I do not deal with the PNC. I don't deal with the PVP. I don't deal with APNU. I don't deal with weak, frightened people. So if you're courageous and you come out, I'll support you 100%. But if you're scared, go home. That's my policy. Don't come on me, no chicken behavior. But the fella said that we know you can get dark. Well, let me show you all Linden as the point I was making. And why my point and others' points are so critical to this discussion. Let me take myself off the screen. Look at this Lindeners. Hope guy. The Hope for Guyana. You all need to see this. Join us, it should be us, for a peaceful protest on Monday, that's tonight, April 28th, 2025, from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Y'all look at this carefully here. Look at this carefully. Stand against injustice, a voice for the voiceless, hope for the hopeless. Look at this. In front of the Commissioner of Police's office. Oh, this is good. Ryan, I think you need to read this. In Linden, we've got E Division. In Johnson, these people are going in front of the Commissioner's office. That's it, Eve Leary. Now, hold on. If there's anywhere we can get dark, Ryan, it would be in front of Hickens' office. Because Hickens is the man we know behind so many things that people would say, and the bridge he was commanding Linden when three people got shot and killed in the bridge. Now, these people, many women, are so brave to go and stand in front of Hickens' office. And you saying it can get dark. Let's go in Pine Street. Let's go somewhere where it's nice and quiet and light some candles in a nice, calm environment so you can be nice. Who do you support, Ryan? And this is personal because I know your father. So we cool. Rope and I cool. So don't go down the road. Now, it's never personal. We're talking like man. And I want to teach our young boys and them to be men. That's my job. Not to be puppets used by anybody. Be a man. If women could go and stand in front of the Commissioner of Police's office in Georgetown, how is it you can tell us that it can get dark if you're going to stand in front of the police station? What are you really saying? Huh? What are you telling people about yourself and about your mentality and about the party, the PVP, the PPP? What are you saying about them? So tomorrow morning, on Tuesday at 11, if we go and stand in Redwood Crescent, just line the road and tell the police how we feel, not to be fighting. I mean, not throwing bottles anywhere. Anybody who throws a rock or bottle, police are in kind of station. Myself, because we're not going to make this about your anger. We're going to make this about your boldness. We not let the people have a chance to say, oh, look, you see, yeah, they want to cause mayhem. No. That's not happening here. We are winning on social media. We're not going to lose now because we're streaming live. They want to shoot us, let the world see the firing shots from the station and kill us. Well, tell me else, kill me. Tomorrow, what we writing on the placards? This is what we're going out to show. We asked them, the police, would we be shot too? So you could have a placard like that, right, and ask them, would we be shot too? We're going to ask the police certain questions tomorrow. We making no noise and fight. We shouting. Ali said we could shout to the top of our lungs. We could shout to the top of our lungs. Would we be shot too? Because they shot Ronaldo, shot Dan, hid the murderers, or try to cover murderers of Adriana. We need to know what will happen to us. Here's another one. We telling the police follow the law, not the lawless. It can get dark if you tell the police and then that. Because we're standing as a symbol. Those in Joshua are going to stand in front of Hickens' office. We're going to stand in front of the commander's office in Linden. And we're asking the policemen telling them these things. Follow the law, not the lawless. Follow the law. Don't follow the lawless. Look at this one. Adriana, put all these in a placard. Adriana is our child. This has to be rung through the nation. And I'm happy that mothers, this is not about ethnicity. I'm so glad PUP has lost the battle. It says about black people and Indian people and black and Korean. It's gone. You're done with that. PNC can't do that either because this is about a united people here. Adriana is our child. That's what we're going to tell you all tomorrow. You should be for saying that on the road. Look at this one. Let's remind them. The police work for us. We remind them, you work for us. You don't work for Barrett. You don't work for Irfan. You don't work for Vikram. You don't work for anybody who could call and tell somebody, listen, man, shoot the one or lock up the one or by going to arrest that one, or release that one, or don't anybody go into the man's premises. You work for us. Would we be shot? Huh? Would we be shot for doing that? Lindeners, do not, and I'm having some soldiers out with me tomorrow. Y'all ain't gonna make this what it's not. We are not going to make this what the PPP wants it to be. And if y'all PPP bring anybody to put them in our crowd to start behave as if, let's make some trouble so that they can get to London, you're gonna go in the lockup. Because the police will show me tomorrow how they could work. You're not gonna set us up anywhere. We're going to stand out there because peace to us is war for y'all. And some of y'all will never understand that. Peace to us is war for y'all because when you want us to do something, we're not gonna do it. So you want us to shake the police gate and all that? No, it's not happening. They would have to be where the police shot a Guyanese man who stood peacefully to say to them, do the right thing. And you saw that Adriana's case has now gone international. We've got a doctor from Maryland. He's in the country performing the autopsy right now. That man is from the USA, another one from the USA. Irfan decided going to bring the one from an Indian from Trinidad, from Barbados. Indian is something national. He's from India. It sounds as if he is, or Sri Lanka, one of the Asian part of the Asian continent. Imagine that Irfan could decide. Huh? He could decide who must go where. No, sir. No. So hats off to Darren Wade. See, Darren is in the PNC, but credit must be given to where credit is due. We are united here. You're going to see on this platform certain people who may shock you. But we're going to have interviews, discussions, because we are showing Ghana that we are united for a cause. There's a coalition of the criminals. There'll be a coalition of the patriots. The coalition of patriots versus the coalition of criminals. That's what Ghana will see now. Where we love our country, we love our children, and we're going to stand for what is right. You tell me that somebody murdered an 11-year-old girl, and instead of y'all being young men to say, listen, we're going to stand and tell the police you do what's right. No, let's stand like and hold candles in the street with the police. We won't be in front of the station, and the police wouldn't come to look for us. Really? Really? Do you understand who you're dealing with? Barrett is a rogue. So that's his new word. You heard he used it yesterday again. Rogue. So what do you think these rogue cops will do? Huh? They can't come find you wherever you are. Now some of these videos will have people cussing. Yeah, please bear with me. I ain't the bad guy. But if the cuss them cuss, I tell you, I don't kind of people who lose my mind because people cuss up on my platform. It has to be what it is. People must call it for what it is. Afraid? Let me remind you, Ryan, when I was standing by the boat landing and they sent Liverpool, and Liverpool, I have no personal issue because they talk him as nice as ever. He was sent. Doesn't tell he was instructed to come to me when I was speaking during the COVID time, as they call it. COVID still exists, by the way. And I was talking to people. He said, well, I cannot, I have to have permission and stuff. So I turned off the microphone. Said, no, you have to have permission to talk to people across the road. So I said, okay, who said that? Let me go to the station. You also did? I didn't tell people to follow me. I said, I am going to the station. You have to send for me. I go myself. I walked straight to the Mackenzie police station. You remember that? Live stream. Others came with me. I walked into the police station, walked up to an inspector. Now you could have shot me in the room because nobody was there, Ryan. It didn't get dark because I said, I am going there for you to tell me to my face that I need your permission to talk to anybody on the road. I can't stand without a microphone in my hand and tell somebody across the street, listen, you don't have to be forced to take anything in your body. That was the day. Many of them realized that. That was the same day I left that office. I went back to the boat landing in front and said to y'all, from today, from this moment, I will represent people at the highest level of representation from today. If you want me to represent you in the House Assembly, I will. That was the day. It wasn't about anything else. It was that day when I saw that the Guyana police force had the guts to tell me that I cannot talk to my fellow people across the street without their permission. You all seem to forget, but I don't forget because it's a record when I said that. It's a record when I said from today, because my father called me and said to me, this is the moment. He said, this, you can't hide now. You cannot run because this is your responsibility. If the police could do this with you, what would they do to not do to somebody else? My father, blame him because he told me, he said, this is it. You can't run from this. The inevitable is now upon you because the police are trying to tell me that if they don't give me permission to talk to the taxi drivers across the road, then I can't talk to them. And I said, you could never tell me that because you cannot make it happen. And I'm going back to talk. Of course, his phone rang, and I don't know who called him, but I got the inside scoop. He received certain phone calls. Who told it? Leave the man alone. If you know what's good for you, leave him alone. Let the man go do his doing. I left and I went back to speak. So why do you think I need to have some bodyguard around me? You see me walking with any bodyguard? Do you ever see me walking with 55 people around me and people with gun and all that because I'm scared? Because I'm afraid of somebody? This girl was murdered. Her murder was covered up by members of they tried to cover it up. Members of the Guyana police force, huh? And an assistant commissioner is involved. And all they told him, listen, go and leave. We'll pay you your full salary still. So he doesn't have to imagine he doesn't have to report to work. And he's receiving his full salary, all the allowances he has to get. He has no penalty regarding leave, loss of vacation time, or nothing. He's relaxing. If this takes 3 years, he'll be paid for 3 whole years, like May Thomas. She's still being paid. But Mohammed can't do business with his cambio. They can't do business with the quarry. They can't do gold business. But May could receive money from the state. Let me show you these videos. Look at this.
Possible for a little 11-year-old girl who is just supposed to be using the swimming pool at a hotel, whose family have paid for her to use the facilities and is with actual family members being supervised, goes missing at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, is searched for till 3:30. Like, they search everywhere, the pool, the change rooms, the hotel, everywhere before they call the police at 3:30. Then the police search the hotel and the pool. Adriana's not there. Then the family decide to stake out the hotel all night in case anyone finds Adriana, in case she comes back to the spot she went missing from. So they're at the hotel the entire time, and at 10 a.m. the next morning, somebody just looks in the pool and goes, oh my God, there she is. And the body of an 11-year-old girl is floating, stood up in the pool, deceased, with horrific trauma to her body and face. How does this happen? Where was Adriana for the missing hours? Who had her? Who caused her to die? Like, I'm heartbroken by this case.
That's somebody from the UK. A white woman. Do you all understand what's happening to Guyana here? Irfan is being embarrassed on an international stage. Now, Irfan, if I were you, and I had any ounce of guts, Hicken had to be removed immediately. And so should Robeson Ben. Well, you can't remove Ben. Jagdi has to remove Robeson Ben. They have to go. Why? Because these men have caused us now to be embarrassed on the international stage. This is all the way in the UK. They have TikTokers from the US. Influencers. Don't let me deal with all influencers in Guyana. Have you seen or heard from certain influencers in this country decrying the behavior of the policemen? Have you checked their pages to me, please? Because they invited some people to the room, say you're influencers. You remember that? They said, come here, influencers. I'm not an influencer. Odessa's not an influencer. Well, we'll never invite Melly Men. No, definitely not Melissa. Uh, Kadaki, they're not influencers. So those influencers were in the room. Check their page for me, please. See if Samuel Midas said anything else, because he just said, that's a little girl boy. That's it. The others who just played a few songs, no, they cannot condemn the PPP and condemn the conduct of the police because they're influencers. They're paid, by the way. Many of them are paid either in kind or by favors, in cash or favors. Where are the influencers from Linden? I don't see all condemning the policemen who are involved in this and telling Irfan he has to get rid of Hicken because it doesn't look good for you, Hicken. And there's nothing personal between me and you. The point is that if I were you, I'd resign because it doesn't look good for you. However, the PPP needs Hicken for the elections. I keep telling you all that. They need him because they foresee certain things going to happen in the election. You know, Hicken is the man, but it will not happen. We're going to beat y'all hands down in a way that these youths, the youths of Guyana, y'all are the saviors of this nation in context of what happens to us, not spiritually. You are the ones. You are the ones who understand the time. I wouldn't call you all scrape head and thug and all that because thugs, the thugs are the policemen who stood there to prevent people from going in the building. They're the thugs. The thugs would be Mandel. He's a thug. The thug is Ali who stood and was pushing on our vehicle, by the way. When Cummings was in it, that's chief of thugs. Chief scrape. If you want to classify them as that, Don thug. That was their behavior. Imagine influencers were paid. How many? That's our money, by the way. Our money was spent to bring them to Marriott, whichever wherever hotel they were at. Huh? Kessidine, are you okay? Chief of Emifuna, Simon Midas, you good? Where are the influencers, man? Let the influencer. Y'all got flu. Y'all must got chicken flu or bird flu. The youths are going to destroy you all. I'm repeating it. The youths of this country are going to batter you. They know how to get things on an international platform, and that's what y'all can handle. These youths are so smart, they could go and grab satellite images. Or you don't have any camera? They go find satellite images to show where the pool is. You're dead. Jagdio, go hide somewhere in some hole, dig a hole way down in Timbuktu and live inside because you're finished. Or you have cameras set up to show when cars break the speed limit and flash a number, but you can't flash a RAM license plate with the girl inside. Somebody, please, I don't like to accuse people wrongfully. Please check Sammy Midas's page to show us that Sammy posted not all I saw was that's a little girl boy. She's 11. That's it. An influencer. Cricket now, money again, money involved. So all that you could say, the girl's 11. That's it. Other influencers play a song or two. Others, I didn't know anything. I was out of the country. This is good. Imagine you're out of the country and suddenly you have internet access to show where you are, but you don't have any internet access to show what's going on in your country. No, you know how news feeds work. So there's no feed on Instagram. There's no feed on the gram. There's no feed on TikTok. There's nothing that comes in social media to say, hey, this is happening. There's no family member to say, girl, a 11-year-old girl just got killed, Mola. Oh, influencers. The influencers who are called can't talk. You're a disgraceful set of people. That is why. the PPP has to label me as a racist, extremist, fake pastor, fake apostle. I don't care, but y'all care about your influential status. When you can't influence yourself to talk about justice. And don't join the chorus. Oh, this is a terrible crime. We need to get to the truth. Get out of my face. The truth is before your face. Follow Aline is nonsense. We may have to get to the truth is on record where the youth of Guyana give you the truth. Mandel, let me show you one example of truth because Ali doesn't know what truth is. Let me show you.
Show us the video right there. Right there. Let's see the video. Show it to the media right there. Show it to the media right there. Show it to the media right there. Show it to the media right there.
Okay, friend, that's the truth. Let's start with the first truth. Let's start with Mandel truth. So we have the truth of Mandel lean over and told the lady, hey, we have video footage of one you see, which is to carry away from the spot. We have we have the truth that Mandel told them, oh, all right, find three representatives of such a hotel that you could hardly figure out where you are in it. Find them. The truth is that all of the rooms were not searched and they were hidden rooms as far as I'm seeing now. That's the truth. So I don't know what truth Irfan wants. Let's start with the truth we know. And you got the truth about Mandela. And what did y'all do? Oh, first it was nothing. Then when we began to make noise, it was, oh, we sending him to Region 4. Where he came from. Oh, then it became, go home and leave. Just relax. You'll be paid everything. Just chill while we investigate. Are you telling me about y'all coming out as influencers talking about, let's get to get out of my face. I was trying to be nice this morning. Get fucking foolishness. What truth you want? Let's give you the truth. The truth is before you hear. The truth is that critics said that there was nobody in the pool. That's the truth. Critics said that, hey, I called somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. And that's when the owner told the police, well, let me go inside. So critic could walk past the police and it's not his child. And he could video capture so many things, including the pool. Huh? 20 of our children, thank you exactly, brother. 20 of our children were burnt alive in Madia. Y'all don't forget that. And Dharam Lal was the Minister of Local Government with responsibility for regional development. You know what that means? That all of the buildings in this country must be. Somebody said Kester was speaking wonderful. Or Kester, call Sammy then. Call your boy Sammy Kester. Because I don't follow your page, but call Sammy. Just ask him if you spoke. Call Sammy and ask Sammy to talk like you. Dharam Lal was Minister of Local Government and Regional Development. So Dharam Lal was the only minister in this whole country who had power for development of all 10 regions. I told you all that this is dangerous. You give this boy so much power, any road work that had to be done, Dharam Lal. Any repairs to schools, Dharam Lal. Any repairs to hospitals and clinics, Dharam Lal. Anything to do with development, Bharat give this boy all that power. More money is passing through his hand and by in reference authority than anybody else. So Madia's fire, the grill the building and lock the oil in place, it is Dharam Lal's responsibility. The regional executive officer for that region never spent a second in the lockup, not even 5 minutes, not even 2 seconds. Nobody went to jail for 20 children being burnt in a fire. And what did the PPP do? Give the families $5 million. $100 million is what our children are worth. Do y'all get it yet? $500,000. That's what 20 lives in Guyana, little children. That's what they were. This criminal clan. The young women and the mother, sister, mother, and the boy, well, he's recovering, hopefully, who was shot in, I think, Guayacabra. That woman was begging for help. She made social media posts that she is being tortured, harassed, abused by this man. The police couldn't act because the law doesn't allow them to act in these situations. That's why we're standing in front of the police station, Ryan, singing others. And we're not going to be even a man and make the police believe that we intend to fight them or anything. No, no, no. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to stand, and more so, Lindeners, tomorrow we shutting the whole town down. The whole town. Let's lead by example. We run things. We lead things in this country. We're shutting the whole town down. You all scared to do that too? Can y'all do that for one day? Shut the whole of Linden down? Stand in front of your yard if you don't want to come by the police station. Stand in front of your shop. Stand somewhere to show solidarity. Do videos. We're asking to do this. Don't come and stand with us. A different breed of people can stand in front of the police station. Those you who can't do that, stand somewhere in front of your house. Make a video saying Ariana is our child. If they try and say Ariana is our sister, Adriana, as a matter of fact, is our sister. Let's do something tomorrow in Linden to lead by example. Let thousands upon thousands of videos flood the internet tomorrow coming out of Linden. Because they can't scared to shut this whole country down. If I were Aubrey Norton, Irfan Ali would have a long week in Georgetown. He'll call elections next month if I were Aubrey Norton. Promise you that. Tomorrow let's shut this whole town down. You talking about people want to make money? Y'all are so disrespectful to a dead child, man. A dead child. Oh, let's light some candles and keep partying. Like, seriously? You don't have to like me because I tell you as it is. You're insensitive to say the least. When there's certain disasters, people, leaders of a country say, listen, we are shutting everything down. There is no more. They cancel events to grieve. Who was it? One of the singers, very popular singer the other day. Something happened. She said, listen, man, I can't have a show here. Somebody just died. It's not happening. She canceled the show. And that's far more than your little tongue. We pick pittance. Was it Taylor Swift for one of them? The guy said, I'm not having any show here. Somebody has suffered, and this is not happening. Cancel it. No, but y'all gotta make money. Listen, I can't believe some of you think the way you think. There are leaders. Huh? There are leaders across the world who went things happening in their country. Yeah. They will say there's no school. Adriana is being cut open today. Children, y'all stay home. Love on your family. You so insensitive, you could send Aunt Green one place to talk to one school, and that solves the problem. I know you're trying to, but you gotta understand this thing, man. I don't hate you as a person, and so you know that I can speak to you on a normal basis, and that's why I'm speaking to you this way today. We have to understand this thing. Or do it tomorrow then. Call for the school's prayer a day of mourning. Let them stay home and grieve. For heaven's sake, man. Show that you have a heart. Tomorrow is the day. Be home with your family. Love on your children. We're mourning for this girl. Show us that y'all are genuine. Oh, but there's money to be made. There'll be no learning loss. There'll be no learning loss if you tell the child to stay home and love on the parent. Parents, if you say to your supervisor, we're not going to work because the buses aren't running, taxis aren't running, nothing is running. Taxi drivers in Linden, give us at least an hour if you have the courage, or a day if you have the courage. You'll not lose your life. This is wow. Anyway, man, we have to do better, people. Your insensitivity will cost you more lives. You don't like what I'm telling you, but you'll have to listen to it because you're here. When you are insensitive with the life of a child, it will cost you a lot more until you learn your lesson. You could party and light a candle and stand in the street and that's the end of the matter. What's it supposed to do? What is that supposed to do? When multi-millionaires in the USA said, we are not, the singer said, I'm not having this show anymore. Can y'all not do something so simple? On the day of the funeral, shut the whole country down. If Ali can do it, we can. It should be from now till the funeral, until the policemen, and we can't see the owner yet. You tell me the level of disrespect. They're going to publish and tell us that the owner of the hotel, the proprietor, has been questioned. What the hell is wrong with you? Questioned? The child was discovered in a pool after it was searched numerous times. And you just question him? Where is he? Where is he? The girl went to somebody to buy a band. She was sent for a wristband. Who did she buy it from? The person who sold the band had to see her walk in some direction. She had to leave you and go somewhere. Where is she? Every staff member, I say again, who worked that day should be in jail. Jail, waiting trial, or waiting the investigation. You're not going to be free. They could hold other people for 5 days, for 72 hours, then say, okay, now we need some more time to investigate, apply for another 2, do it to them. Every single police officer who was there and did not apprehend the owner, apprehend the staff, should be in jail too. Not close arrest. You should be in jail. Again, I say to you, tomorrow we're going to stand in front of the station. It is possible that once we stand there, we're going to begin to walk. We go around Mackenzie High School. I'm telling y'all, we ain't blocking the road. We'll walk. We ain't blocking the road, so then there's no need for any permission to do anything. We walk in single file if you want, because we could walk anywhere. You can't tell me I can't walk, because we finished protesting, we going home. So we walk around Mackenzie High School, walk out front, a whole lot. Let's walk through the town as a sign that we are demanding courage, not justice. Justice will have the time when the PP's out and we have to deal with them differently. For now, we want courage in the police force, courage in our communities, courage in our preachers, courage in our leaders who are called leaders. Courage is what we want from y'all. This is a march of courage. Chickens need to go in the pen and relax. We're calling for courage now because we hide and afraid of everything. Y'all are scared of every single thing. Now you're scared of the police in Linden. I saw with Ronaldo Peter's situation, the commander of the E Division, Curly Simon, he went and began to speak to people, speak to families. That's professionalism. But he is not a deputy commissioner, the commissioner, or Robeson Ben, or PVP people. So whoever came in and started doing other stuff, you can't put it on Curly. Because Curly was out there speaking. He did better than Hicken. I'm taking out on the road yet talking to anybody to deal with this matter when people are trying to say, man, we need the police to go. Arrest these men. You can't even sit at a press conference with Dion's Bascom. He had press conference with all. I never saw so many cameras yet. And boards and charts and projectors. for Bascom. But you can't have one press conference. You should be before the press every day, Hicken, giving us updates, showing us the proprietor in jail, show us Bola in a cell with handcuffs on or on the bench. Show us the staff, show us the 3 policemen with handcuffs. 3? There's far more than 3 policemen who should be arrested right now as I speak. You can't even respect us that much. Oh, police get instruction to shoot and shoot. Well, we won't shoot anybody then tomorrow because we give you no cause to shoot anybody. We are going to show you how to be peaceful in a war. This is psychological warfare. It's called psyops. We show you how to psyop. It's going to show you how to be peaceful in a war. On social media, the war is being had. The war is being won by us. We go out in the street, might be as nice as ever. Okay, so Marlon's asking for, I hope I could put your comment. Okay, it's not allowing me to put your comment in the screen, but I'll read it. Marlon, Tommy is saying, why when the police do something wrong is the PPP? Explain. So I'll explain to you with a chart, Marlon, since you missed that part. I see you here. You see how I talk to you, right? Okay. Since you asked for an explanation, I'll give it to you. Look the explanation here on the screen. Marlon, Tommy asks, why is it when the PPP do something? Why when the police do something is the PPP? Okay. And he said, explain. Here it is. Look at the executive arm or branch of the country, of the state. You have the president or prime minister. In this case, we're looking at home affairs. That's where security comes in. Marlon, Tommy, I'm answering your question here. You have the minister of home affairs, who happens to be an appointee of the PPP. There is the president, who is a member of the PPP. He's not the head of the PPP. Bharat Jagdeo is the head of the People's Progressive Party. Irfan Ali is a member of the Executive Council. Imagine that this graceful thing has happened, where the president of the country doesn't even lead this political party. That's another story. The prime minister is appointed or was appointed by Jagdeo, not Irfan. You and I know that. Good? But let's say Irfan. Home Affairs Minister appointed by Irfan. So I'm explaining for you since you asked an explanation. Commissioner of Police was appointed by Irfan. Remember that, Marlon Tommy? I know you remember. It wasn't Aubrey Norton. Irfan Ali handpicked him without even the Police Service Commission recommending him. Marlon, you can type. You can be honest and type because we have explanation here. Then you have the police force. Say the police does something, Marlon, Tommy. Who do we blame? Okay, you don't blame PP because the police does decide to do something on their own. Okay, so let's go back up the chain. If the police goes rogue like Bartlett and you were in Marlon, see, so the police went rogue. Okay. There's a commissioner. What did the commission do? What did the commission do? They issued a statement that was a lie. Remember that? That the police were all dressed in uniform and the police went to the guy because the guy was wanted. I never know the police go after you if you're wanted for questioning as if you're a criminal. And the police gun went off when the gun was in his right hand. The gun was in his right hand. He's a right-handed person. Grabbed the boy with his right hand with the gun in it. That makes perfect sense. And the trigger just went off. The trigger can only fire if your hand is on it. The gun can only fire if your hand is on the trigger. If the guy had no weapon, why are you going after him with your hand on the trigger? Okay, so you dragged him in the vehicle. We saw when he got into the minibus that there were 2 other officers in there in closing. They're not charged either. Oh, just Kendall is charged. And tell me why it's the PVP? Did the commissioner say there are 2 other officers in this vehicle? And who's the driver? So there are 4 men at least who must be charged here. Is that not good? Does that not go back to the PVP? Because the PVP appointed Ali, appointed Minister of Home Affairs, well, it's Jagdeo, but we say Ali. Ali appointed Hicken, and Hicken has not dealt with 4 police officers, at least 4 of them, who in the bus when Ronaldo was still alive. You all see if Marlon Tommy's heart is still beating or if he has diarrhea or something. See if he's okay, please. Because he asked me to explain. So you're the one who set up the PPP here. The police can go and act in a criminal manner. You don't be in the PPP for that. Unless it's a police officer who should have been in jail and they still have him out there. There's a difference. Unless the police has a record, a track record like Mandel of doing certain things, and he's still okay. He's promoted. Unless the police would have been sent home in some cases for unlawful conduct or unprofessional conduct, and when the PP came in, they brought them back. That's a different story. Don't think that I forgot what y'all have done. You still want to know why I blame the PPP? Do I need to explain further? Now, if it's a case where none of that happened, the police just went crazy one day and shot and killed somebody, and Hicken did nothing about it, and they lied about it. The Minister of Home Affairs said nothing about it. Then, who should I blame? APNU? Should I blame APNU for what the police did or failed to do? Policemen, from time to time, can go rogue, as Jack Deal said. But the administration, all of the time, must deal with them when they go rogue. All of the time. You see, I have a different law in my head now. Because if a policeman who is equipped with a gun, AK-47, AR-15, a Glock, whatever it is, a Beretta, whatever you want to use, or shotgun, if you have a weapon in your hand, given to you by the state, it's our money. And we give you the weapon to protect and to serve. You choose to go shoot anybody like you're heading good, you will be executed publicly. Public execution for any policeman who does that or military person. As long as you have the state's guns and you want to use it for your own foolish business and act recklessly, we will have public executions. That'll be the law in this country. Y'all don't want me to leave Guyana because I leave Guyana in a rough way. Half you become angels when they're done with you. Any police, because you have one up on us all the time. You are the people who can go into the safe, or you sign up on duty, you sign up for your revolver, you collect your gun. Well, in this case, not a revolver. You collect your automatic pistol, whatever it is, and you go on it in the street. You start with an advantage. Then you have a uniform on or uniform off. You have a badge because you are now protected if you're out of clothing, or the uniform is worse. Because you're plain clothes police. You could paint the car black as ever to surveil and peep people as just some of y'all follow me, I see all the time. And track us and see where we are and stuff like that. Okay, fine. You have all this power in you, then you use it to shoot and kill people? No, you will be shot publicly. You don't want me to use this country, to lead this country, because I lead this country here, if I would, at least for a few mornings, until you'll get yourself in order. So you sit there and tell me, the penalty is inhumane. I would tie a rope around your neck and hang you from a tree if you do something like that, Adrian. Anybody who does something like that to a child, or you want to beat up woman and shoot woman and all that, I would hang you myself. I will be the commander-in-chief and the chief executioner. Let that be recorded. I don't play with stupid people and I don't play with criminals. You want to do nonsense or you want to cover up some crime, I will hang you myself. And all it takes is one of you to get that treatment and the whole country will get itself together. Just one of y'all who want to go rogue, you will be angels when I get through with y'all. You have an assistant commissioner, you have the commissioner, you have deputy commissioners. Then one round below them is Mandel. And he could try to pull a mother away. A mother of thing tell him, go home and sleep, go home and rest, because he knows. And he didn't even think, he was so confused. So confused. Tell the woman to go home and rest. How can I rest when my child is missing? Or like him? Like him? He be made an example that there's no other khaki clad police officer who'd make ever in your life would you do that again. You want to sell drugs to people's children and cause little girls and boys to become junkie on the road? I would shoot you myself publicly. There will be public executions in this country. So no Sunday school or Sabbath school or mosque or temple justice here. No. Guyana needs to have a shake-up in reference to how people function. You're all disrespectful to lives. You don't care about people's lives anymore. You're a grown man. I want to rape some girl. I chop your boy, your penis, your small business. I chop it off. Cut it off and feed it to a dog in front of you. Gouge out your two eyes. Live on national television. Bet you won't go do nobody else to do that. I bet you that no other creature will do it, and I throw you in a red ant's nest when I'm done with you. I asked Francis for some bees. I tell you, a public will do it to you. You want beat up a one until your face is fat and bloody. I asked Francis for a few bees and tie it around your neck so you can see how your face looks when we're done. And then you get the balance on me. Beat you in the stock market, beat you publicly, tie it to a post, and beat you with a cat of nine tails. This country must be brought back to order. This country must be brought back to order. Call it inhumane. You are inhumane to be the people in the faces. You are inhumane to see a little girl be murdered and try to protect the murderer. You have to be inhumane. So don't tell me I'm inhumane if I respond to your behavior. If you want to be treated like a normal person, behave as if you're a normal person. It's that simple. But don't be a criminal, then I'm going to treat you like an angel. You'll be made an example for the world to see. And it shall be streamed live. All you rogue politicians, you want to be rogue? You think you could just take people land from them and bulldoze the house? You would be brought live. NCN would do the work this time. It will be live streamed. And then I could resign. Nice days are over. Nice days are over. Give me the bad job. Even if you want me to be president, give me the dirty work to do to clean these fellas up here. Give me the job to clean them up, and I'll do it to perfection. You don't have to pay me. I don't want no minister's salary. Don't pay me nothing. Just let me deal with them. They're cutting that child open today, and school is normal. What's wrong with you, Priya? They're ripping open that child's body, cut open her head. Our child. And it's business as usual, it's no problem. You all keep showing us all the time how much Adriana meant to you all. You keep showing them because you can't hide what it is. It's a normal day in Guyana. Teachers will tell students to take out your books, you do math. Head up, right, head up. April, whatever it is, 27, mathematics. Simplify the following fraction. Normal. You teaching our children to be normal in an environment of injustice and murder. The blood will be on your hands. The blood of these children will be on your hands. You are teaching them to be normal in a state of destruction, criminal behavior, and murder. And more so, complicit behavior on behalf of the highest ranking official in Region 3, in terms of policemen. Criminal behaviors from police officers. And then you tell the children, if anybody try to do anything, tell the police. Imagine you tell them to tell the people whose squaddies and others protected murderers. The blood will be on your hands. Remember that tomorrow we're out at 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock we're on the road. Being as peaceful as ever because the war is on social media. The war is not with the police in Linden. The war is on social media. We're winning it. We're not going to lose it because of bad behavior. Shut Linden down tomorrow. Since Guyana doesn't know what to do, let's show them how we do it. Businessmen, shut everything down. If you're willing, you'll do it. Because we can't go on as usual. Town week, shut it down. No, people have to make their money. I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Bye, y'all.